everyone. Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. For today, we are talking about episode 8 of Ultraman G'd. I'm Nick. With me are Alex and Josh.
Hello.
Hello there.
So this is the second part of the two-parter we started last time, Going Beyond Fate. The introduction of hard to say if it's my favorite Ultraman Zero form. Like, I have a real soft spot for it, but Zero has too many fucking forms.
First of all, I liked it. I wish it had a little bit more color, though.
I get that. I appreciate that it's going like really hard into the silver though, because that's like Zero has a lot of different forms, a lot of them. And this is the first one that leans really heavily on just being silver.
And we get the longest transformation sequence to date.
But we also never have to go through that first preamble part again. Now that they're the alpha and beta capsules, they are just that, and we never have to do the making of those capsules again.
I wish we did, though.
I wasn't upset about watching my favorite Ultraman being brought into the mix.
Yeah.
I was just in there like, oh, it's still going. Oh, it's still going. And it's going again.
Yep.
The alpha capsule being the best Ultraman, not upset.
Blazar wasn't in there. Zerth wasn't in there.
Dude, I do love Zerth.
I used to talk mad shit about Zerth. I'm a Zerth fan now.
Well, that's because you watched the movie and you realized it's just your humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what bad taste will do for you.
No, dude.
Oh,
Zerth
yeah,
is
it's great.
Zerth is funny as fuck. He's a fucking germaphobe Ultraman.
It's perfect.
Yep. Anyway, so this episode starts with a little bit of a recap. We get the whole like destruction of Zero again. And yeah, we get that. We get our title sequence again, which this is the last time we get this specific version of the title sequence. It changes in the next episode.
I thought it looked different.
Yep. We get a modification to it from this point forward. With the next episode, we get Zero Beyond as part of the title sequence, which I think is a nice little touch. So anyway, episode proper begins with Jeed trying to fight Galactron, and Kay basically saying like, "Huh, all right, little man, this fight's over. You're not gonna win this shit. Congratulations, you get to not fight anymore."
Congratulations, you live because your father said so.
I do love the moment where he's like, all right, and waiting until he punches him. Punched. There we go. Okay. Now it looks like you won the fight. Congratulations. You get to be the hero for today.
Yeah, otherwise he was going to take a load to the face.
I mean, the fact that it very clearly shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he dislodged the batteries.
Again, I've always interpreted that as he's waiting until Jeed hits him before he shuts it down. So again, it looks like the win because he talks that up. Like later on when he's doing the news broadcast, he talks about how Ultraman saved them. He clearly tried to stage it so it looked like the end of the fight was Jeed punching it.
It still blows my mind though that Shin created so many of these Galactrons.
Dude. Okay, you want to know like the real thing about that? There's like tons of them out there.
Exactly. Shin created way too many.
There's a fucking core planet basically that just keeps sending them out. It's a fucking nightmare.
It's just Ultraman villains just hiring them for like weapons.
Not exactly, but like that is
Their
a thing that happens with other
mercenaries.
stuff.
God damn it.
Yeah, so then we cut to Leto at the Nebula house as they're scanning his brain, and they're like, yeah, Zero's Zero's not in here, so he's either dead or he's lost so much energy that we can't get in touch with him anymore. Basically dead or in a coma.
Or
I feel
he's
like
just being a
that's
dick.
a lot of assumption.
I mean,
I
yes
mean,
and no, because it's
as we do
Rev.
find out, he is the main character.
Well, and
He does get some main character energy in this episode for sure.
I mean, he is also the golden boy of the new generation. He is literally the first new gen Ultra. He's the Ultraman that saved the franchise.
He's Ultraman Goku.
He's played by Sean Schemmel in the Ultraman Z dub. Yes, he gets all the power ups.
I feel like I'm so offended that I need to have an opposite to I quit the podcast.
I joined the podcast.
I supersede the podcast. I don't know.
Again,
I don't like any of these options, but
you get what you want. He's literally Ultraman Goku.
I need me some Schimmel.
Again, we finish this one, and then we'll go on to the first one that gets a dub that has Sean Schemmel in it. We finish Jeed, and we move on to that one. So we're
I'm
about a
not gonna
fourth.
be upset.
We're a third of the way through this show. Then we have a movie, and then it's on to Zet. We're gonna skip over a couple of shows to get to that one because I consider it a thematic trilogy of Orb, Jeed, and Zet. Yeah,
Well, we did give you the wheel.
I mean, we also have to get ready
Is
for
it
Omega.
is it in the sky and is it burning?
That would be Ultraman Orb. He had the wheel.
Yeah.
Uh,
I turned your speak and spell into a fucking Journey reference.
I don't like any of that.
so we also get like some really good dramatic bits where like everybody is kind of at odds with each other in the scene.
Dude, Leto is all over the place here.
I mean,
He is great.
again, this dude is like one of, if not the best actor on this show. Like he is
Yeah,
selling
absolutely.
every like we talk up the like how well he plays Zero, but like his portrayal of Leto is just as good, if not better, because of like how well he sells the like softer emotional bits that Leto has. Like you can tell he is genuinely fucked up over the idea that Zero died because of him.
He definitely feels like he's involved and bears the responsibility.
I mean, he is the Ultraman.
hmm Well, like again, he's doing great in this scene, but like Laiha and Riku fighting with each other, and like Riku being like, "I'm gonna go take down Fukuida." She's like, "No, you're not, because I saw somebody who died trying to do that. You're not dealing with this guy. He's gonna kill you."
Yeah, not subtle foreshadowing.
Dude, again, so many good, like, so many good points. They set up and pay off in different episodes for just about everything, so you don't get that like it's slightly longer form storytelling. I'm not saying specifically like long form, but like having a storyline be set up and paid off in 2 different episodes feels good storytelling wise.
I mean, we're on episode 8, and I feel like there was more cohesive writing than we ever got in Arc.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, shots fired, and they were correctly hit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people still really love Arc, and I get where they're
I'm
coming
not
from.
trying to say Arc was bad inherently.
Oh,
I'm
it's
saying
not.
I'm coming to this story for different reasons, and it happens to speak to me differently. I want a more continuing story.
Mhm.
I'll
Arc
come out
was
and say it.
fine, and I liked Arc for a lot of reasons, but I happen to think that this is a more cohesive story.
Oh yeah, and I've gone on record saying this is probably my favorite Ultra show. If not, it's definitely like top 3, but I would probably say it's my favorite. Like it is just, I think it does almost everything right, and the couple of things I think it does not right are negligible parts, like the one comedian episode where he has the little fucking Furby.
I
He's the
love the
healer.
Furby.
Yeah, that was a rough episode, but it's a negligible one compared to how many good ones we've had. And there's only like a few episodes I think are bad in this show compared to like some shows where there's some Ultraman shows where like it's a slog to get through them. Like I'm never gonna push you guys to watch Trigger for that reason. It has some great designs, but it's an awful show. Anyway, though, we get a lot of like really good stuff where they're talking in the Nebula house.
I'm just
We
saying
get
in Trigger, if they don't say you Glock, I Glock.
Yep. Uh,
You chamber, I chamber.
yep.
How?
Yeah. So then we get Latos runs off after having this his big emotional part, and we get like this flashback to Zero sacrificing himself, and he has this really good line. Leto, you did a good job of hanging in there. As like that's his last moment of saying like, listen, Leto, you did good. Not everyone could handle this. You did the best you could.
Yeah.
And Leto just again has this rough moment where he's gonna throw the book, and then he just can't quite do it. Uh, like again, each one of these actors does such a good job. And then we get Alex's
Oh, they're
favorite
so
scene.
good. Fuck you, dude. We did not talk about this.
We didn't have to. We knew.
No. Yeah.
We looked at your search history. It was
How
this
dare
was
you
the
have
most
no access
review.
to my You have no access to my search history. How dare you?
So anyway, we get Liha
I
just doing
do.
sword dancing for a while. Wearing, mind you, I've noticed this. This is a great little bit for her. Her earrings are swords too.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Yep. It's
It
such a
seems
good
like
little
you're
character
late to the
bit.
party.
No, but it's such a good little character bit to have that element too. Like she is
They
always
haven't always
armed.
been those. I
Yeah.
like that those got introduced early though.
Yeah. And I think it's a really good bit, like especially in that scene, because like this is an episode where everyone's more vulnerable. Having her
Yeah.
wear those, like I feel like that's almost supposed to be like a little extra layer of protection for herself that she's got her sword, but she's also wearing swords too.
I
I
can't
think it.
wait for
Go
her
ahead.
to take those out and stab somebody.
That'd be so good.
So
It finally it took him a minute, but it hit him.
Yep.
I was gonna go for something a little bit more wholesome there, but
It's like the tiny net, but tiny swords.
I
Oh goodness.
I will not. All right.
We always find a way to bring this into the show.
I'm never gonna find a way to get my point out. I think I think it goes a long way in this episode where they get attention drawn to him, I think, twice in this episode, and I think they just go that little bit extra to reinforce the the inner strength that she has, like in who she is and her knowledge of herself. Because that gets brought into question here in this episode, where we get the the little star reveal for her and her own complications.
Yep.
I think it is more of a character building aspect, where like you can see her commitment to who she is and what she believes, and I thought that was a really good way of just giving that extra little bit to the idea,
Yep.
because she's in case you haven't watched our earlier episodes, this actress is also a well-trained swordswoman herself. No
Yep.
act.
Oh yeah, no, like they hire
She
her.
has learned to use more rigid material later on, though.
I will say they
Bring
hire
the
her
flash
on.
of swords back.
Yeah, yeah.
Haha.
They have hired her on in
Terrible.
other things specifically because of her like skill set. Like
Ooh.
she's played in other shows specifically because she can do all of these stunts so well. Like that's one of her big reasons to get hired on a lot of shows.
Please tell me
Honestly,
she was in Kamen Rider.
She
that
is.
bit that we get with her later, facing off against our surrogate juggler.
That's not until the next
I
episode. We can't talk about that too much. That's in episode 9. You got to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
I was
You just been edited out.
No, we'll leave that in. But
and clean cut.
yep. Nah. We're not going to edit out half an hour of us sitting and doing nothing like last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. No. So,
She was in Kamen Rider. Hell yeah.
yeah, she's in X-Aid. Yeah, I think she's in the Pac-Man movie, which that's also a thing that's real weird that we need to talk about someday, but not today.
Is she live action in the Pac-Man movie or voice actress?
X-Aid's theme is one of its themes is video games. We
Did
can
that
talk
answer
about
my
that.
question?
She's live action, but it's complicated. That show's an interesting show. It's really well
Kamen
written.
Rider, Dr. Pac-Man.
Yeah, she's in the Pac-Man movie. I remember that. Yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that later. So,
I guess if we're just gonna sit here and do corrections, I want to just point out that I suck at names, and last episode I meant to say Lumina, or I will say also the subtitles use her name with an R instead of an L. So
yeah, Rumina. Yeah.
yeah, Rumina.
Yeah, it
That's
depends
who I
on.
was talking about. So
Yeah, it depends on the
since we're
translation.
doing corrections,
No.
Oh,
This part's edited out now, too.
I mean,
clean
okay.
cut.
We're gonna go on to talking more about the episode, but there's one other thing I wanted to let you know, Alex, because I thought you would be interested in this.
Hit me with it, man.
That actress, the actress that plays her, plays.
Hitomi Hasebe?
Yeah,
I
she
probably
plays.
butchered the hell out of her name. I do
Yeah,
apologize.
she's one of the Defense Force members in Ultraman Max. They like to bring actors back for
Yeah,
other
you've
shows.
mentioned that a few times, and I love the interchange.
Yep.
Like that really, I think, adds some really high quality to like returning fans. Like, we all try to do fanfare and fan service without it being lame and demeaning.
Yep.
And I think that the way that the Ultraman series has chosen to do that with bringing back other actors and actresses, has, at least in theory, I think is really high quality.
Oh yeah. I would say more often than not it works, and like we have other examples in this show even where this is I think the first time we see this actor, but the actor who plays the manager of the store, he comes back
Mhm.
in another show later on and plays one of the Defense Force members in Trigger. Yeah, so
That's
they like
sad.
to tie everything around each other. Anyway, though,
That's
continuing
really
on.
cool. I like that.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
love it
go
too.
ahead.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so we get like Pega and Riku talking about how like, oh, do you think Zero's dead? No, he's gonna come back. We have to believe it. But for now, I'm just gonna have to make sure I'm out there fighting and doing my best while he's gone. And then
Have
Riku,
ha- have Ultraman died in the
uh,
past? Like, can you kill an Ultraman?
yes.
Have you ever seen it happen?
Do you want the yes and or the no but?
I feel like those are two diametrically opposed to have just one.
Ultimately, me saying that means it's going to be the same thing no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah,
So give
so
me whichever angle you want to go from. If it's the
Belial
same
has
answer,
died multiple
take the angle you
times.
want.
Belial has died multiple times and through various means has come back to life.
Have we seen any hero Ultraman die?
Debatably, Tiga. Tiga's
Yeah.
Tiga is a reincarnation. Like his original self dies and then he's reincarnated and becomes Tiga again.
Hmm.
Um, there's a like Trigger sort of. Trigger's a complicated one. I don't like talking about Trigger in terms of its actual story because it's so fucking there's issues behind the scenes with the writing on that one. It was
Ew.
supposed to be a much more interesting story than it ended up being.
Why does he look so stupid?
Mm. Yeah. So we get Riku eating up a ton of rice to carbo load before he goes to fight a robot dragon.
A bunch of protein powder in the rice.
Yeah, yeah. And Liha just comes out like, "Hey, you're nowhere near the fucking strength of that robot. You're gonna get your ass handed to you."
So kick him in the balls.
Yep. And I love again, this is a great little character beat for Riku too, because I mean, I praise the shit out of most of these actors, but I feel like I don't praise Riku's actor enough. Where he's talking about
Ooh, it's
how,
fantastic.
oh yeah, where he's
Yeah.
talking about he ran 17 simulations with Rem on various strategies to fight Galactron, and out of all of them, he says 17 are likely to fail, and Liha's just like, that's all of them. They're all gonna fail.
He's like, yeah, I know.
Yep. Then she just kind of laughs at him like, you idiot. You're still
So
gonna
I'm
go
running
fight.
the 18th test in person.
Yep. Gotta do it no matter what. And then Fukuita K shows up in his bondage outfit instead of his dope ass suit.
Yeah, but he's got the coolest pocket watch on earth.
He does. That pocket watch is sick, but I I feel like
And he's got like 3 different styles of nail polish
he does. And that part I'm
Yeah,
fine with
that
too.
are all fucked up.
Yeah. I actually like that little touch. It's his
It's got to
weird
be storytelling, but it's not the storytelling that I'm getting, I guess.
it as you go on it kind of makes a little more sense. I don't like his actual suit, but I like the nail polish.
I feel like this was very much inspired by like The Matrix and not Keanu,
Mhm.
more of the leather daddy shit.
Yeah, the I don't know why. That's what I think of whenever I think of like like the weird parts of the Matrix are like that for some reason.
The twins.
Yeah, yeah, the
No,
twins.
I just love
Yeah,
I
like
just
for some
love
reason when I think of the twins, I'm like, ugh. Yep,
I love that.
yep.
That's so good. Oh, fantastic. I feel like that it had more akin to what Lawrence Fishburne was wearing in Matrix than it did to the twins.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you dare disrespect Fishburne's outfit.
I'm not. I will always fondly remember the I'm gonna crush myself through a wall. That's
And he did it with style.
Yep.
Yeah, you bet he did. That's why I won't forget it.
And
So
then he became
good.
a homeless person in John Wick.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne is the best.
Yep. So yeah, then Riku goes up to try to fight, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to do this because I'm Ultraman." And Liha looks over at the Zero
Re-
glasses, which are now stones.
I will say I really didn't appreciate the mirror lighting effect that our juggler stand-in gets from here on out in this episode.
Yeah, it's
It felt too like, and this might be me metagaming a little bit, but it felt too. I know exactly what that effect is. It's not interesting.
mhm.
It's very clearly a somewhat concave mirror.
Yeah, it's a choice,
It
and
was a choice, but I don't think it worked.
yeah, that's fair.
But it worked 6
It
years ago.
I don't know that it would have, honestly. Like it
and
looked like he was. It looked like he was standing in front of a pool.
mhm. It does look kind of like that. Also, Josh, 8 years ago. This is an 8-year-old show.
I round up.
Yep. Uh, yeah. So then Leto and his family are preparing to
I wasn't strong
evacuate.
in math. I wasn't strong in math.
And
I was gonna say that didn't make no sense.
yeah, I just kind of glossed over that. I'm like, nope, I can't do this.
No, I could not let that
That's
one go. I don't understand.
nope. I just had to accept it and move on. I'm like, nope,
And as Alex
I
and
do
I
this every
know,
day. I can't do this
I
right now.
had the best math in our team. And that's sad.
Yep.
It's because I let you do it instead of me. I didn't want to deal with that shit. I had
I didn't want
the
to
other
either.
things to deal with that you couldn't.
Like lifting?
Damn it.
So yeah, and then Leto gets PTSD handshake,
Yeah, it does.
and he realizes that he has to go and try to be Ultraman, even though Zero might be dead.
I would have
Eh.
loved just to see him just up there punching the middle, just in his human form.
All right, so we're gonna play a game now. Does
Well, before we play that game, I just want to say I hope that Leto's family doesn't just get sidelined from here on out,
they don't?
because I feel like it's a very integral part of his character,
Mhm.
and I really like the entire dynamic that they've made up to this point. So like, why throw that out the window?
So anyway, our game is, and this will help you feel more safe.
I
Does
feel like
Leto's wife realize that he's Ultraman?
ooh.
Just
I
the daughter realized.
Yeah, I feel like she'll probably be the last one to the table here.
I mean, we watched next episode. Do you really think that?
Yes.
I didn't make this. Does his family realize he's Ultraman? I asked, did his wife think he's Ultraman?
Well, I get the feeling that when it comes down to just saying it out loud, his daughter's going to tell her mom, like, you're not going to get it without me. Like, it's very clear at this point.
Yeah, I mean, a better question would be, does Leto realize his family knows he's Ultraman?
No, that might be better.
No.
Yeah. No, he's gonna play coy for at least another 8-10 episodes, probably.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark, I would say.
Because I feel like it's gonna be the will they, won't they dynamic with everybody knows. I just didn't tell you.
Yep.
Okay, so I looked this up just to see because I was interested,
Mm.
and instead of
Cool.
that
I guess we
popping
weren't
up,
playing a game. That sounds fine.
no. I just want to say the first thing that pops up for me instead of that is a Reddit saying, "Do you think Zero watched Leto bang his wife?"
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that one before. Yeah, that comes up every now and then. People, yeah, that's not an unheard of question on Reddit.
I didn't even get to cheat. I got something random.
Yeah, no, like the fact that I know for a fact I have seen that Reddit thread. I remember the day that popped up. I'm like, I mean, probably, and then I just moved on.
Now the real question is, do you think Zero ever took control?
I don't think so. I think he's too respectful for that part.
He's like, oh, turned
Well, I
problematic real
just
fast.
my first thought was I'm not wearing glasses when I'm having sex, so it's probably not a zero chance. Oh, a non-zero chance. Oh shit.
You just imagine Leto has his glasses on, and he's like, oh, tap out. Ugh.
Yep.
I can't think of baseball any longer.
So yeah, then Leto hugs his
Man,
family.
I don't like any of this. And clean edit.
Yep. No, it's all staying. So Leto hugs his family and says goodbye. It's like, just pray for the hero's return. And
Can
he
I just
gets
say
up
I've
and
never seen a more vascular man at this point when
yep.
he's just like
Oh, he's
he's
super vascular. And his wife turns and looks at the door with a look on her face that tells you right then and there, fuck, he's Ultraman. Like that look on her face.
why would you assume this?
That look on her
I
face.
thought it was the look of, damn, he has another project at work.
I mean, he goes running off after saying pray for the hero's return, leaves his family alone. Like, she has to assume at this point that he's Ultraman.
She was just hoping for a hero sub.
No, she's looking at the door going, this is the classiest way to get cheated on.
Yep. Fuck, I'm not even mad. That was smooth as hell.
No, you should be mad. You should always be mad. If you agree to monogamy, you fucking stick to it.
So anyway,
They're
then
Mormon.
we see Jeed fighting Galactron as Leto just runs through the streets, sweaty as fuck, desperately trying to get there, and then falls over.
It's a graceful fall too.
Yep. Falls over and watches Jeed fighting in the background. And Liha just walks up to him casually. He's like, hey,
I've been waiting here this entire time.
I gotta say, Liha, like, she's got
all
like,
legs.
sneaking skills.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's a ninja.
This shot is just all leg from her. He's like, who's this? Oh, we know.
Yep. I
know those legs.
I know those guys.
I only know one person that wears shorts that short and a flannel. Oh wait, it's not Riku. Okay, second person, I guess.
Hate you so much.
Yep. Anyway, so she gives him the glasses back. She's like, here. Now you're gonna be all.
Oh, you might
again,
need
right?
these.
Yeah.
He just shucks it at the monster.
This is why it's better when the Ultra team knows the Ultraman.
Oh yeah, it works so well.
They can be a team. We can have the dynamics as opposed to the whole will they won't they with everybody.
Yep. So I also
but in this episode we get
a little bit of both.
The fact that I'm not sure which Ultraman's episode this is.
Yep.
We know
it's very
the main
much
character
Zero's.
says it's his episode.
Yeah, the man himself. Anyway, so I love Leto's line. Is it 20,000 years too early for me to try that? Him
Meaning
pulling
he's
in
immortal.
zeros. And then, all right, it's time for me to try to protect them. Hey, why didn't you fucking say that 30 minutes ago?
Which implies Zero just did this to fuck with him.
No, he can only talk to him through the glasses. He's like, you were supposed to pick me up sooner. I was fine back then, and I was stuck until you touched him.
Did y'all notice that they didn't wait until Leto's actor wasn't like coursing with adrenaline, and the entire scene is him shaking?
Oh yeah, no, that was all one take. Him running and then falling over. They did it in one take.
Yeah.
Like
Well, you could have waited. You could have waited just a second to let him catch his breath or something.
No,
no, I love it.
no,
It's so good.
commitment.
This dude is a method ass actor. Here's the other thing. It's either that or every time they did a take, he got up and ran around and then did it again.
I'm not about to fall into your trap, Method Man.
Yep.
The rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the reference. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Wu-Tang.
Get the fuck out of here. See yourself out.
No,
I'm not even gonna take you. Just see
Wu-Tang's
yourself out.
forever.
Yeah.
Fucking love,
Get the still
fucking love
see yourself
Wu-Tang.
out.
No, I'll never see myself out because of Wu-Tang.
So yeah,
No,
then-
because of your own doing.
So anyway, then Zero comes in and delivers a flying kick.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing. It's
Yeah.
I am Zero, Ultraman Zero.
I use 4 Ultramen. Everybody else is a poser.
Yep.
I combine 5 Ultraman to make 1 Ultraman.
Dude, I do fucking love Beyond. Like,
Better
I
than
I
Silver
get
was.
where you're coming from. It is a lot of silver, but he has so many different forms. Having a mostly silver form is cool in my opinion, considering like he also has a mostly blue form, a
I was
mostly red form, a red and yellow mix form, a form with armor, a different form with armor that you don't see very often.
I
Bunch of
was
other
really
shit.
concerned that he was going to get rid of his glasses for this stupid ass fucking transformer thing.
And instead he attaches
And
it.
then he puts the glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah. And he holds the fucking transformer thing up with the glasses on it in front of his face. Yep. I knew you were gonna like that little bit.
I was like, oh god. And I'm like, oh.
Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
love how the overabundance of Zero's transformations is still more interesting than any one of Ark's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's because Arc was bad.
Ark had good moments. I'm not gonna like I shit on that show because it had problems, but like give me a year. There's like a few episodes I'll watch here and there that were really good. Like that one episode with like the mask dude. That was a really fucking good episode.
Yeah, Tuxedo Mask guy was.
Like that was some sick shit there. So anyway, Fukui Decay
was a-
summons another
That
Galactron,
was a
and
Sailor
now it's
Moon reference.
2 versus 2. Also, I think this episode will not come out before that. Tune in for Josh talking about the live action Sailor Moon. He's still watching that show, even though we both talked about how much we hated it.
It's so bad. That doesn't get better.
Stay tuned for that one. It's real fucking bad. Out of the 4 shows we talked about, that was not the one I thought you would stick with.
I didn't think so either. And then I'm just like, fuck it. Episode 2.
So yeah, we get like a little bit of cool fight because again we have 2 different Galactrons, and then a fucking orb of light comes down, crashes into Zero's chest, and it's Ultraman Hikari with his fucking elf ears.
Yeah, the gross elf.
And he comes in with a bunch of capsules like, hey, I'm going to give you the new gen Ultra powers. Here's all the other new generation Ultras till now. Now you can get a new power up form because you fucked up your fucking fancy bracelet that God gave you. True facts. True facts. That's how you got that fucking bracelet that's damaged.
Is God an Ultraman?
Yeah, his name is Noah.
Did he also build an ark?
I mean, he jumps around universes a lot, so kind of.
Collecting 2 of every species.
His arc is that bracelet that he gave Zero.
Oh my god, he's been 10.
Except instead of turning into other aliens, he just gets to open fucking wormholes to other universes.
Except for transforming into him, he just keeps him in his watch.
No, that's how his dad did shit. That's an Ultra 7 thing, and you know that because you watched that show.
Yeah.
So anyway, we
Poor
get
times.
a dope transformation to Zero Beyond. Alex, this is the moment I told you about. I need you to go into Rule 20. You need to go into Rule
Do I
20.
need a specific Roll20 link?
You need to open up Scott's Cyberpunk. I think you're still in that, right? There's only one other
Yeah.
person active in that right now. It's me. I want you to look in there for a second.
Ooh, malware.
Yep.
I just see the splash screen.
You should, next to your
Like,
icon at the bottom, you should see another icon, another
I see
profile
you in
picture.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Specifically, you've seen Ultraman Zero Beyond every time we've played Cyberpunk together since we played it. This
Such a
was
long game.
this was the first Ultraman design you've ever seen.
Such the long game.
Yep. This has been my fucking this has been my roll 20 profile picture for fucking 4 years, 5
6
years.
years.
Can confirm.
Yep. Yep. So yeah,
Yeah, you've been exposed this entire time.
yeah, you've been a witness to it.
A witness. All right.
Yeah, so then we get Zero Beyond with his plethora of crazy attacks.
Minute and 25-second transformation.
Yep. But it gets cut down from there, thankfully. And then we get our mostly silver with splashes of purple and blue design.
Are we gonna comment on how Zero Gohan's one of them just punches them into the air?
Yep.
No, that's a JoJo reference. Because he
I
does
will-
a.
He does do the. I can't do it as well as he can, which annoys me because I do love that anime so much. Yeah, so
Then he does a Dragon Ball reference,
he does, yes. He does many
which is
beautiful things.
yeah. He does a beautiful Joe.
Also, Riku switches it up and switches over to Acro Smasher. Probably my least favorite G design. We'll have to find out for sure.
I forgot he could transform into different forms. I saw this and I'm like, why didn't he do that before?
Why didn't he transform into his faster form with a fucking lightsaber
Sword?
coming out of him?
Yes.
Yep.
Because he might.
You're not strong enough. Oh, okay.
Let me switch to a stronger form. Dude, it's so like I get Zero Beyond's like first showing is so good.
Also, I got very concerned when he talked about the shower attack and it started to come out gold.
Awful.
I was real thankful it turned green
Yep.
at the end.
And we get again another. We get that shower attack, but we also have to use the weird fucking awful claw attack thing, which still maybe my least favorite weapon an Ultraman has.
Oh, yeah.
Better than orbs. Speak and spell.
Wrong.
We also get Zero
Frieza.
Beyond doing an insane attack where he just has a bunch of different energy balls form around him and then T poses and fires out of all of them at once.
Oh,
I'm
he
just like-
takes the effort to put his feet together and
Yeah.
and have a lower T pose. Like
Yep.
He
It
doesn't
has
just put
some
his
major go
he-
fuck yourself Frieza energy.
Oh yeah,
he
no, it's
lifts up
100%.
on his toes
Yep.
when
No,
he's doing this.
Yep. The bulky chorus is just you can fuck off and die now.
Wait, was it really called Bulky Core? I don't remember.
Bulky chorus. I remember because it's my
Oh my
favorite name
God.
for an attack in this episode.
Receive my bulk.
Yep. And then Leto has another emotional moment where he's like, I'm sorry. I'm so emotional because everything's good again.
You're just so pretty.
Also, hey, Laiha, you're pretty too, but like, I appreciate Riku more than you. Even though you're the one that brought me the glasses.
Riko's just the son I never had.
Yep. All I had was a daughter. But then they shake hands because now they're Ultramen again.
Yeah. We're going to form the Ultra Pals.
Yep. And then Leto's family shows up. And she hits him because, well, his wife hits him because she's very obviously aware that he's fucking Ultraman Zero right now.
But she hits him in the like.
Are you
Wait.
sure?
Yeah, look, go back and look at it. That's how
No,
she
I
does
don't.
it.
I don't know that she knows yet.
I think she does. I think she's at least suspicious at this point.
She
might
came
not
to the point
know,
where
but
she saw the Ultraman went.
she might not know that he's Ultraman Zero, but she's got to be suspicious just based on what he said and the fact that he ran off after saying, pray for the hero's return. And then Ultraman Zero shows up again.
I'm sorry, I forgot Leto told it himself.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was the episode where we get the power up, the only power up that Zero will get this season.
You go, you go, you go, you go.
Yep.
That had a real like fuck you, you're cool, fuck you moment.
Which, based on the order that he summons them, that means you said that to Ultraman X. X is the only one you said was cool.
Yeah, I said it. I know he's shit, but I said it.
X is okay. He's not great, but like, he's fine. I liked his show for what it was. Yeah. Any final thoughts on this episode before we wrap it up?
I wish they didn't show Ultraman Orb and it was just guy in a trench coat that popped up instead.
That would have also been great.
He's just stuck there. Ah, ah, ah.
I thought your account picture was from a movie.
Nope, it's just Ultraman Zero Beyond.
Now, after 8 years of setup, he can finally change it.
It's been 8 years and finally.
Yep. Next,
He just changed it to the next frame instead.
Yep. It's gonna be like
right, yeah.
a different shot of Ultraman Zero. And Alex rolled a 14.
I did.
You dumb bitch.
All right. So tune in next time.
Keep rolling that way when Scott joins in and sees that you just rolled a bunch. Be like, what the fuck?
Yep. Anyway, tune in next time when we talk about episode 9. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
2 in a row.